Hey guys, welcome back to the IC Cinnamon channel. You can find everything Guinea related here, including some quick and easy DIY toys made from egg cartons for guinea pigs. Egg cartons are a great material for these potato-shaped furballs. They're safe for them to chew, eco-friendly, you can find them in most households, and they're easy to work with. We have 3 of them in one video today, so let's cut the intro and get straight into it. We'll need the obvious egg cartons, scissors, and some leafy greens for the first toy. This one is very simple. Just poke some holes into the bumps of the egg carton with a clean pair of scissors, just small enough to fit the veggies in. Now you can use this kind of carton or the ones that hold 12 eggs, but I like this size because it'll look like a greenhouse seedling plant type thing, if you know what I mean. Next, grab your leafy greens. I use the cilantro, my guinea pig's favorite. Make sure to wash them and pat the excess water dry. We don't want the water droplets to soak the egg carton. Then break the cilantro or another vegetable into smaller pieces so you can stick it into the holes of the carton like this. That's why I recommend using vegetables or herbs that have a similar structure to cilantro. For example, parsley, basil, or even grass. You can still use other veggies, but you might have a slightly hard time doing this step. Feel free to experiment with how much of the cilantro is poking out, because that's basically adjusting how hard the game is. Now all you have to do is repeat. This DIY is perfect for those who want to mimic the look of young plants in those trays or in nature without the hassle of having dirt in your guinea pig's habitat, or the time needed to grow real plants. Once you're done, let's do some animal testing. If you have shy guinea pigs that run away the second they get their paws on some veggies, this toy can really encourage them to get out of their comfort zone. Because the DIY is too big to fit in the hideout, and it's too much of a hassle to go back and forth to get the treat then run back. At least that's how my guinea pigs are. Now let's move on to the second craft or DIY, but don't throw out the first toy because we can use it for the second one. We'll be needing the same materials, a pet-safe rope or string, and a little bit of hay, which is optional. First, cut the egg carton into individual squares like this. After that, cut your strings about 3/4 of the distance from the floor of your piggy's cage to the cover of the cage or a tall hideout. If you're not sure, just cut it longer and then you can cut it shorter soon. I like to use some hay to rub it against the string because when I first made a toy for the potatoes with this rope, they didn't like this. By doing this, there will be a hay smell instead. Next, make a knot in the rope large enough so that the small hole in each egg carton square won't pass through. You might have to tie the knot a few times to secure it. Then slip the egg carton onto the rope. Depending on the type of rope you're using, you can fold the end of it to make it easier to slip through. Now continue with the other egg carton pieces. We want the pieces to be close together like this. If you're doing this craft and not the first one, make sure to poke a little hole for the rope to go through. Once you have about 5 to 10 of the egg cartons, tie a knot at the end so it won't fall off. Obviously, any toy with food is 10 times more likely to entertain our potato-shaped furballs, so grab some leafy greens and slip them into the gaps of the egg cartons. It kinda looks like a mini Christmas tree. The second DIY is done. Now let's give it to the piggies. I have a cage cover thing that I can tie onto, but if you don't have it, try tying on the cage side or even holding the toy physically can work too. Another option is to tie it under a taller hideout. I'm using this sizzle rope, which is linked in the description, but any guinea pig safe rope will do. Also, if you want an article version with printable step-by-step instructions, it's on my website, which is linked below. You can find a lot of other DIYs and healthy recipes for guinea pigs in my blog, IC Cinnamon, or in this playlist too, so feel free to check it out. The second DIY is done. Now let's move on to our final craft. Grab your egg carton, and you know the drill, cut it into squares, or use the ones from the previous DIY. Now you're going to cut the string about 50 centimeters or 20 inches. Run it against some heavy wand and string the egg cartons through the string like this. By this time, the second piece is strung in the opposite direction, making a circle shape. Now repeat for the rest of the egg cartons like this. And again, poke a small hole for the rope to go through if you haven't already. For this DIY, you'll need 8 to 12 egg carton pieces, which make 4 to 6 circles. Feel free to make more of these circles, but just make sure the length of the rope is longer. Once we're done, tie a knot at the end of both sides of the rope so they don't fall off. Now take out your veggies, I'm using celery, and break them into smaller pieces. Put the veggies or treats inside each circle and wrap the edges of one egg carton around the other so they hold together. Or you can just squeeze the 2 egg cartons together if that works. This DIY is perfect if you don't have leafy greens on hand. Things like broccoli and large pellets work great. Feel free to use whatever you have for this. Now it's testing time! To me, these kind of look like giant LED lights or those boat buoy balls you find in the sea. As you can see, Coffee is standing up to eat the treat, so this can be a great way to encourage them to move around a bit. These DIY toys can keep your guinea pigs entertained for hours, stimulate their brains, and get their little potato bodies moving. Also, have you noticed that Coffee seems to enjoy this toy more, while Mochi prefers the first one? This shows that guinea pigs have their preferences, so understanding what they like and don't like as much can help you tailor the toy for them to keep them happy and engaged. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what DIY you did in the comments. Please consider liking this video and subscribing for more guinea pig content. It really helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!